On this episode of the Wise Counsel Project, we interviewed Troy Vincent, former NFL player and current Executive Vice President for NFL football operations. Join us as Troy provides wise counsel to men and women of faith. Welcome to the Wise Counsel Project. We're here with Troy Vincent, five-time Pro Bowler, NFL cornerback star, and now Vice President of football operations with the NFL. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that.
Thanks for having me. It's been a wonderful day.
Well, great. Yeah, we're here at the All-Pro Dads event. I want to ask you about that here in a few minutes. But the whole goal and the theme around the Wise Counsel Project is based on Proverbs 13:20. I'd love to have you read that if you would. Reflect on it and tell me what it means to you if you would.
Yes, Proverbs 13, verse 20. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm.
So what does that mean to you, Troy?
You want to be around wise people. There's nothing like wisdom. Wisdom of someone that has either had personal experience, been through the fire, been through the storm, as well as wisdom of experience, success. And as they always say, find the right mentors, find the right people, the right counsel. When I think about a companion of fools suffers harm, the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
When you associate yourself with foolish people, foolish thoughts, you become a fool.
When you were on the receiving end of the Wise Counsel as a player and growing up, what did you look for in your mentor, in your Wise Counsel?
Frank, balance. I've always was one that wanted to identify with people that I looked up to, more importantly that I respected. As we always say, if an individual doesn't respect you, he's not going to hear you. If an individual doesn't respect you, I'm not going to take his words. So there was a respect level, and I look for leadership and for people. That's where I want to be. So if that's where I want to be, that's who I need to be with.
Now the NFL has charged you with a special responsibility of being a mentor to, I know, at least 21 at-risk players that you met with during the off-season to kind of give them wise counsel on what it's going to take for them to be a success in the league. Talk about that if you would.
Yeah, well, just over the off-season as I was transitioning into my new role, just looking at some of our players that had either been suspended or were on the verge of suspension because of their prior play. I just felt like transparency was extremely important. I've been on the other side of defending those players, and I just felt like clarity, consistency comes credibility. And I wanted to make sure that I was speaking in terms of let's stay on the field. Many of the young men have already adjusted some of their play, so the counsel was just strictly let's get on the same page. Let's set expectations for one another, realistic expectations, to make sure that you're staying on the field. Our objective here is not to remove you from the game.
And Troy, how was that received by the players? I mean, these are grown men.
I thought it was received well. Not all wanted to have the discussion, but I thought it was worthy discussion. Again, I've been there, and I played the position of most, so I understood. And just sitting down having casual conversation, I thought was just important for them to have an understanding that the objective at the National Football League, and in particular football operation and officiating, it's not to remove you off the field. You're too valuable to your family, to your teammates, to the club, and the community.
And you recently spoke at the University of Alabama to all of their players. What kind of message are you taking from the NFL perspective to college students?
Well, character matters. So down in my time, and we oversee college relations inside of our department, and this is our opportunity to share with those young men that are dreamers, that are thinking that every player is going to the National Football League. It gives us an opportunity to talk about the value of education, what some of our expectations are, and we also share with them the resources that they have on campus, right where they are. So our college relations, we want to make sure they have facts, that they're making informed decisions for those young men who want to come out early. So that's the objective of our college outreach.
And I'm sure it's important for them to hear success stories, but equally important for them to hear about the tragic decisions that sometimes people make by leaving early or making the wrong decisions.
Yes, sir. And that's again, we want more success stories than we want those challenges or those non-success stories, because that's how we learn. And when I say that is, I have to make sure that we are sharing with them tremendous from people who was a Crimson Tide. So they need to know about what they're doing today, what the National Football League has done for them, what their university has done for them. So that's important for us to, again, share facts. These are the pitfalls, but the value of education, not leaving this university without your degree.
So important. Thanks for listening to today's episode of the Wise Counsel Project. If you enjoyed it, please consider rating us on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher Radio. And for more information about the Wise Counsel Project, visit us on the web, wisecounselproject.com. You can also follow me on Twitter @Gary Martin Hayes. Thanks for listening, and God bless.